All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the last part of May 2023, and that means we are on the final shows to our big Korakuen Hall show, Shining Stage, third live. And I'm ready. I'm excited. We got big matches for that, and hopefully pretty good attendance. Hoping for at least 1,000. I think we can probably hit that. We'll see. I know a lot of it depends on stuff like Game World and all that. Wrestling Industry Week rising. At least everything's rising here, which is good because I've been in some financial issues. It's not terrible, and I can get it figured out. Hey, Roman. I can get it figured out, but I would greatly prefer if I just didn't have to. if I just made a little bit more money, which hasn't been the case. The sponsor money is coming in a little bit higher, so we should be turning both the economy and the wrestling industry around here coming into the rest of the year. That should definitely help out. But yeah, it's hoping for some hoping to not lose too much money. We'll see here. But I do got a couple shows here. I got a couple of TV tapings. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with said TV tapings for Vertigo and how I want to do Vertigo in the future. I'll have to figure it out. Oh, the wrestling industry is currently weak, have an impact on our ability to grow. So I do see that. All right, so I don't think I have anything. We just got our spot show in Osaka tonight. One of our shorter shows too. It's like a Deanna show. It's only 76 minutes. That's what I'm planned on. I think I need to turn it down just a hair. Give the night off. We're not using you yet. And can't remember if Neko is going to be here or not. We'll just be done. Select show. We're going to where is it? Kansai? 176 box. Hopefully, once we fill up 176 box, we can start running KBS Hall. That'll be nice. So let me run a 176 box. Not broadcasting it. These Kid Panda isn't working Teach in 2023. Several people have remarked that Mio Shirai has been hanging out with Asako Mia recently, and she's starting to have an influence. Interesting. Yumi Kurihara had backstage an idea for enhancing her character. Yeah, but you're the road agent. You're my road agent. I know you. I think you're also a personality, but I've literally never used you as that. I'm not going to do an addressing of the locker room. I've seen that when there's issues between wrestlers, it really only furthers the divide between people. So I think it's unless it's a bigger show where I can inspire people, I'm probably not going to do as much with that. So we'll go ahead and run the shit here. Uh-oh. Why is... I don't like that at all. Hang on one second. I'm gonna put up my... There we go. Okay. I was a little iffy about that because I was trying to reach over to my spreadsheet and it just wasn't wanting to do things correctly. There we go. Yeah, why not? Add in a match. Verse is Lady C, Himawari. Here we go. 9 minutes total. Let Osaka, Lady C, not Lady C, Himawari. Himawari's got she's got the momentum that we can burn a little bit through. There we go. I have this idea that because I don't get a whole lot of... So I'll have to figure out financially if it's viable to do this. And I think it will be, but I'll have to run the numbers. But I had the idea of not doing TV tapings anymore and just doing the shows live, but as like minor events, not TV shows. And I have the idea that if it... Like, because generally TV tapings are going to draw less people than doing even smaller, like a lesser show. And between the ticket sales and the merchandise sales, I think it might even itself out and maybe even be slightly more profitable to just do it that way. Generic. I'll have to kind of run the numbers there and see if it ends up being more profitable to just do that and run smaller events as sort of the pseudo TV than it is to actually run TV. Especially if we're still just doing the broadcasting and all that stuff anyway, it might just turn out better. Because realistically, unless I'm doing like all 4 shows at once, I think, unless I went back to the 4-episode taping, I think it's not going to be as profitable. What was that? 2 minutes. Character development. Asahi. There we go. Yep. There's that. Pop it in. Pop it in. 2 minutes. Generic. Arisu. Yappy. Drop that in. Match. This I kind of like this idea of the smaller shows and then like 1 or 2 bigger shows over the course of the month. I think as long as this ends up being not a complete pain in the ass, I think I'll just kind of keep everything as it is for the Joshi promotion. I don't think there's going to be much of a problem with that. And at least here, we're actually kind of helping grow our promotion in other, as long as we're kind of doing these shows in other regions. That's 2 minutes there. In the ring, character development. We're looking at Hina and Ruaka. I haven't even seen their technicals. Charisma microphone's not really there. But we're on a spot show, so I'm not too worried about their abilities on the microphones at a spot show in front of what's probably going to be less than 80 people. Let's see. In the ring, angle live. Hype. Momoka comes out for the we'll work the crowd. Momoka comes out for the hometown girl pop. Boom. Boom. I think that's mostly all I want to do. Yeah. Boom, boom. Ah. Head itches. 1 minute. Character development. Just generic. Let me see. Let's see. Momoka. Work the crowd. Miyano. I guess dramatic acting. I guess also kind of working the crowd, but she's acting pissed, so we'll utilize that. God, I got, what, 1 more week till I'm in Vegas? A week from now, I'll be sitting in, yeah, about pretty much 1 week from now, I'll be sitting in a chair at a Penn and Teller show in Vegas. Pretty excited. Let's see. Oops. Penn and Teller. Yeah, go see a Penn and, yeah. I got nothing to really do Wednesday night. There's not much really else to do. Are they even alive? Yeah. I know they're getting old, which is one of the reasons why I definitely want to go see them, because, you know, I'm not doing much of anything Wednesday night. My friends get in later in the day. There's not exactly a wrestling show I want, or I don't even think they really have money. I don't even think they have like wrestling shows or anything going on. I mean, casino, strip clubs. Yeah, but I mean, I wanted to go to a show. I just thought, I'm going to go to a show. If they had a hockey game that night, I would have gone. I'm still waiting on potentially Saturday night. We'll see how Saturday goes. Yeah, I know they got the Palms Casino right there, but I don't know. I mean, I've done casinos enough. I haven't done a obviously specifically a Vegas casino, but ooh, who should be the second one? I haven't done specifically a Vegas casino, but I mean, it's still a casino, and you know, it is what it is. And I wanted to go to an actual show. Because I'm sure Penn and Teller, I know, are getting up there in age. I'm sure they're going to be retiring here real soon, so makes sense to go while I can still go. All right. 76. There you go. I think that is at least a bump from last month. All right, we are here for our next show in Osaka, the Shining Road Tour. As we get closer to the end of the month, we're back in Osaka at 176 box, 76 people. I think that's up from about 72 or 73 maybe. So at least it's a few more tickets that we've sold. Like I said, I don't really care how many people are coming in as long as the number is up from last time, and that's what I care about. Are we bringing in more people than we did last month? All right, so we're moving up. So Say Your Name opens up the show, runs down tonight's card, including the main event of Yuri, Nao Ishikawa, and Ram Kaicho in a three-way dance. And of course, once again, we'll have the hometown girl Momoko Hanazono facing Ayano Irie in the semi-main. But our opening contest, Miyakoko Army facing off against Lady C and Himawari. Terrible wrestling and non-existent heat. Sounds about right. But Miyakoko Army win in just over 7 minutes. Asako Miya submitting Himawari. And there you go. A bit more momentum for Miyakoko Army. And Asako and Chie greet the crowd. And they're hoping to beat Revelation at Shining Stage 3. Get to our next match. One half of the JD Lionesses, Asahi, taking on Yuna Mizumori. Terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Man, it was seemed like Asahi was maybe a little off her game too. Well, she got a bonus for selling good momentum and high morale. She was penalized for being inexperienced. Either way, Asahi gets the win, just over 8.5 minutes by pinfall. So the crowd is white hot, though, at least for this. And Asahi gets the win. And, of course, thanks the crowd for coming out, and looks forward to her match with Hanan for the Twin Spirits belts at Shining Stage 3. And we get our next match. It's a tag team match. Arisu Endo and Yoshiko Hasegawa coming out, and they are looking for Korakuen. They're looking forward towards their match. I think Yoshiko Hasegawa has a match. I think it's like a 6-person towards the beginning of the show. Arisu, of course, in the gauntlet deal. Yeah, this is so yeah, she's in the number 1 contender elimination match for the Fighting Spirit title, and talks about her challenge to contend for that and the people that she'll have to deal with that. Gets to our match as they face the JK Fallen Stars. Once again, terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. Well, that's pretty much what we expect from these small shows. It all comes together for the main event. But JK Fallen Stars do get the win there as Hina submits Arisu in just under 8.5 minutes. And yeah, Arisu seemed off her game, so that means Ruaka is the one carrying this match. And Yapi is just, I mean, I feel like the game is not going to be kind to her age, so I'm sure she's only going to fall off. So they look towards their own challenge. JK Fallen Stars, they're going to be involved in the Twin Spirit Battle Royal at Korakuen Hall between 5 teams, and they will be 2 of the participants in it, and they look forward to their own challenge to contend for the Twin Spirit titles. Then we get the semi-main event. Momoko Hanazono, the hometown girl, comes out, greets the crowd, and thanks them for coming out to see her. She is facing Revelations Ayano Irie. Decent wrestling, not much heat. And 10.5 minutes later, after blatantly cheating, cracking a bubble wand over Ayano's head, ends up submitting Ayano afterwards and getting the win. So, well, still both of them did quite all right in the 40s. I'll definitely accept that. So, hometown win for Momoko there as Momoko runs away out of the ring laughing. Ayano is irate in the ring as she's holding the broken bubble wand in her hand and not happy about the loss. We get to our main event. Ram Kaicho, Yuri, and Nao Ishikawa in a 3-way dance and subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Good Lord. Does go just under 14 minutes. Nao Ishikawa eliminated first, and we get down to Yuri and Ram, and then after some cheating, Ram Kaicho ends up getting the win over Yuri in tonight's main event. And they all seem to do good except Now, who was also seemed off her game. It doesn't say she was, so. Ram does close the show talking about her match at Korakuen Hall. That does prompt Yuna to at least come out and stand at the entranceway as Ram points at her and promises to send Yuna out of IdolPro with their match at Shining Stage 3. 36, it did increase our popularity. Not a great show by any means. We still lost $1,700 on it. Jesus, we spent less than $1,000 on workers, but the show costs also didn't help. We did gain a point, so we should have more people next month. I'm not sweating it too much because I'm hoping that things will turn around once we start running Korakuen Hall more often. At least once every 2 months, so I'm expecting some good things. Shane McMahon's in-ring career coming to an end. 157-year-old Gooner came. Yay. Shane McMahon is officially retiring as a wrestler, which, I mean, I don't think he's officially retired in real life, but I feel like he's pretty much retired. I don't think he has anything to do with... He's not really doing anything with wrestling anymore, I think. Or at least with WWE. They had that whole AEW thing for a while, and that looked like that went nowhere. Tim Storm retiring, that's not shocking either. Man's almost 60. Otherwise, not really seeing anything. Hollow Wicked retiring. Kevin Kiley, oh no. I guess no one wanted to push Rage. Oh. I did see a video. I think he was at like an indie and he was teaming with Tyrus. So that's something. And he came out in like his Alex Riley jacket, you know, in case people needed to remember who he was. Let me quick over here. We got this event. We go Shining Road Tour. Stop. We are doing 2023. May 24th. Active save. So we're what? 5 days out from our second to last show of the month. Who's the youngest person on our roster? Probably Hina and Rena. They're, at least at this point, because we're a couple years behind now, they're 16. I don't think anybody else is there. I think that's our youngest people. I don't have like Haru or Runa or Saran or Miran. So yeah, I think it's the twins. I think I need to move over to my TV tapings because we should be doing that today. All right. Give the night off. I'm not using you this time. I'm not using Nakamura as far as I know. I don't think I'm using these guys, so I'll give you guys the night off as well. I think that's mostly it. I'm sure there's definitely other people. I think like Ricky Starks, I don't think was booked for these two shows. Some of these guys, AR Fox, I don't think was booked for these shows either. Let me look. Yeah, I don't think Fox was booked. It's like show, Broadlands. Booking team meeting. Not really going to use it right now. Take the total to 158. Locker room incidents. JJ Gary getting ribbed a little because of how much he's started being influenced by Samoa Joe. even taking on some of his mannerisms. That'd be kind of neat. Get someone like him. Filipino Grigio came to you backstage with an angle idea. Jesse Gouders came back to you backstage with the idea for a creative finish. Oh shit, I don't think I have him wrestling either. Alex Shelley ran pre-show training drills, and we're good. I'm not gonna address the locker room. All right. Add an angle. 1 minute. Outside broadcast, video, pre-taped, hype for Alex Shelley. No, it is. It is. Just let it go. Why do they do that? Like, oh yeah, you're trying to assign subject to video role to an angle part that isn't a video. Well, it is. So right there. Opening match. These poor guys. Fly them in just to get murdered in 7 minutes. We'll have the older one take it. I think we could still use Yuki Ueno. Clean, yeah. Drop that in. We're looking at 2 minutes on that one. In-ring angle live. Character development. We got Odinson doing intimidation. Pero doing intimidation. Did you answer? Yes, Hina and Rina. Yeah, we're still a couple years behind, so they're technically still just 16. But yeah, the twins are my youngest. Because I don't have like Haru or Runa or like Saran or Miran. I don't think there's hardly anybody else that would that's even debuted that would be in here. 57-year-old definitely came for them. The twins are here? Oh. Here we go. 2 minutes. Outside broadcast, video, pre-taped, character development, Anthony Mayweather, subject of video. Yes. Book that segment. Let's see, he's gonna have the plaque like Uda's birthday plaque he attended. Oh, you mean like the Up Girls guy, the old timer Up Girls fan who's got like his like that jersey and whatever. What is it, like a football, like an American football jersey he has for the Up Girls? Let's see. Heath, Joe Hennig, Brandon Tate, Brent Tate, Book It. Let me see. Match. Here we go. Tate twins, Ethan Hennig. See, they arrived. Pay their for their flights. They're willing to show up. what was it, Memphis or Nashville? I remember it was, they lived in one, and the whole point, the whole crux of it is the fact that they lived in like either Memphis or Nashville, and they had to drive 3 hours to like the other one. I want to say Memphis, because Nashville I'm pretty sure is a hub. Nashville I'm pretty sure is a place that I've seen a lot of fights get connected through. So I would imagine that that's where they want people to fly out of if you live near there. Also, being a wrestler living in Memphis makes sense. A challenge. So, Andrew Everett, Eli. Work the crowd, work the crowd. There's Christian Casanova, Caleb Conley. That's 7 minutes. Oh yeah, this was a last minute edition too. Where I needed like 7 minutes to fill. And I was like, we'll just throw a match in, I guess. We can just throw some borderline squash in. Actually, don't even make it open. I don't know what the difference would be in their popularity either way. I think Caleb Conley might be slightly worse off, but not that much worse. And a little bit. Lucky it's not California. Here we go. 2 minutes on that. You know what? Maybe we can get Conley over by having him do his Star-Lord gimmick in actual wrestling. I don't think I don't think Conley's normal shtick. Hang on. Need to drink my water. I don't think Conley's normal shtick is gonna do as much. It's not gonna get him over. I'm trying to think outside the box here. Otherwise, I probably just am considering just cutting him. And I probably should. He hasn't done much anything wrong, but also like I'm pretty sure he's got chilly momentum at this point. Like I'm not gonna use him for much, so white girls don't like Chris Pratt. Yeah, but they might like Chris Pratt who's not Chris Pratt, you know? They might like Chris Pratt if it's not, you know, actual religious married Chris Pratt. Just a guy who vaguely looks like him. Oops. All right. I don't know why I'm thinking about the idea of can Cardona do a near 20-minute match. He's got the stamina, I guess. Physical abilities. He's not declining in his physical abilities just yet, so. Match, clean win. Here we go. I think I put the wrong number in there because I think it should be Anniversary Blitz 3. 2 minutes. In the ring, angle, character development, Alex Shelley, Mike Bailey, not non-speaking appearance, off screen. There we go. Can he still do a 450? I don't know. All right. Watching the Marigold VOD on Baked. Uh-oh. Looking at Gigaton. She's at least wearing that new outfit, right? That looks much better on her, even with that stupid ass makeup. This is like a clussy, sexy mime. A sexy mime. Okay, I need to do this. Okay, make sure I got everything. 60 minutes. All right. Okay, we are here for Vertigo Attack episode number 67. And we open up the show hyping up tonight's main event, much like we talked about last week. The number one contendership to the Vertigo World title is on the line in tonight's main event as Alex Shelley faces Matt Cardona. The winner will be facing Mike Bailey at Anniversary Blitz 3. So we get to the end versus Sana Kamina. And decent wrestling, didn't have much heat. Doesn't really matter too much. Last rights hit on Shunma in just over 17 minutes as Pero and Odinson get the win and a dominant win over Sana Kamina. And afterwards, they have a mic and they are aiming for the tag team titles once again. They dare any team to step in their way and try to stop them. And we get a video package showing Anthony Mayweather's match last week against Tim Donst, as well as part of the vignette showing Mayweather after the match, vowing that he is going to be reclaiming the world title. And that his return match last week was just the first part of it. Before we get to our next match, the Tate twins being interviewed about facing Heath and Hennig from the Fed. And then, of course, Heath and Joe Hennig from the Fed getting interviewed as well for this match, as we haven't seen the Tate twins in a few weeks. And still looking to be considered one of the top teams here. And they proved that in just over 9 minutes when Brandon Tate super kicks Joe Hennig and gets a win for the Tate twins. So Heath and Hennig been doing pretty well for themselves, but were not successful against one of the top teams and former tag champs in the Tate twins. This is pretty good. We got looks like we're starting to have good chemistry between our play-by-play and color guy. So it's actually kind of neat because, you know, they have not been a team long. Like Joe literally showed up at the beginning of the month, basically, I think. As the Tate twins are celebrating, Flip Forever come out. They lay out a challenge. They want to face Tate twins. They're not going to be able to do it next week, but perhaps in a couple weeks they will have a match. And we get to another quick match. Christian Casanova taking on Caleb Conley. Goes 4.5 minutes, just over that, as Casanova getting a pinfall win over Conley. Conley seemed a little bit off his game, but nice little win for Casanova. We're heading to our main event. We get pre-match promos from Alex Shelley and from Matt Cardona, talking about their own desires to become the world champion. And of course, Shelley wanting to prove he's still got what it takes to be a top guy in a company. And Cardona, feeling like he's above the whole thing, just felt like that this has been basically the next logical step to him being better than the rest of the company. Was not to be, though, for him, as great wrestling and good heat, but just under 18 and a half minutes, the Border City stretch does Matt Cardona in, and Alex Shelley is the #1 contender to the Vertigo World Championship. So at the next Anniversary Blitz, we have our first match officially ready to go, as we have Vertigo World Champion Mike Bailey taking on the #1 contender Alex Shelley in what should be a phenomenal match. This one should be good. And with that, afterwards, he's excited to face Mike Bailey at Anniversary Blitz, but tells Bailey not to underestimate him. He will give his best to try to take the title from Bailey next month. And with that, 57, quite nice for the show. Of course, main event definitely helping carry that one. Rest of the show was still pretty good, pretty okay, but yeah, main event definitely helped out with that. Next event. How are we still having locker room incidents between shows? Jessica Otter's Wheel of You'd have been getting along, and that is it. We're not going to address the locker room again. All right. AEW. What? Did I put something in wrong? I don't think I did. Or are you just talking about the fact that Mike Bailey's now in AEW? Locker room incidents. Oh, just locker room incidents in between TV tapings now. Yeah. We don't have too many here because we just have a bunch of dudes. It's just a giant sausage fest, so they all tend to get along. Yeah, there we go. Let's see here. Tankman, I don't even care who of the other team loses. We'll do an open match, I guess. Yeah, we're not doing a title match here. Two minutes in the ring, angle, character development. EW has its problems because it has a bunch of women. I mean, who's causing the majority of the problems? Take aside the punk stuff. Take aside the punk stuff. Where most of the other problems come from. There we go. Look, I'm not saying that, they're causing problems because they're women. I'm just saying it's not helping. And canceled. Davidson vignette. So we got Ryan Davidson. Subject of video. That's fine. I'll change it to video. Video pre-taped outside broadcast. Let's see. Ryan Davidson, one called Manders. Throw that in. 14. Davidson. Open match. Tainted win. Distraction on Manders by JT Dunn. Angle. Come on. Minute. Let's see. In the ring live. Character development. I'm looking at JT Dunn, work of the crowd. We're looking at one called Manders acting, I would say. What's his acting skills look like? Terrible? Maybe I should have him work the crowd. They can both work the crowd. Let me see here. And that. Man, I'm hoping I don't spend a ton of. I'm gonna spend so much money. I'm wondering if they are going to, because Marvelous. I don't know what Marvelous kind of does when they go to San Francisco as far as having tables. I would imagine if they're gonna be there, they're gonna have like tables with their portraits and all that crap set up. I have to imagine that's gonna happen. 2 minutes backstage angle. We'll do a pre-taped. I guess it'll be live. Character developments. Nick Dinsmore cutting a promo. Ty Ray cutting a promo. Go. Boom, boom. Yeah, I'm ready for the hockey season to be over, because I'm almost positive that everything kind of goes to plan. That first game in for the Stanley Cup playoffs will be in Vegas. And I'm thinking it'll be Saturday, because it's everything that I see points to it starting April 19th. But I don't want to get the ticket on the idea that, that might be when it is. So I still have to wait a few days before I know for sure. Let me see this. In the ring, angle, live, hype. Anthony Bowens. Max Caster. Go 2v2 throwbacks claimed. Does it say? Yeah, they're both considered unimportant. Okay, they're both considered unimportant. Let's give Garrett the victory. Max Caster the loss. Open match. Clean win. Here we go. And let me see here. It's a minute backstage interview. So backstage interview live. Character development. Effie cutting a promo. Here we go. Main events. Man, we're doing pretty good. 49 minutes, and we're getting through our third show. I mean, these were all like spot shows and TV tapings, so it's not the worst in the world, but helping out. 3 of 5 shows will be done here pretty soon. Here I was thinking it was going to take a little bit longer. Maybe it's because I don't have as much right this second to be distracted by. Let's see. Open match, clean win. There we go. Throw that in there. angle. Let's do that. 3 minutes at the end. I'll distract you. Oh no. I don't know if I'm going to like this. Attacker. Victim. That. All right. 60 minutes, 11 segments. Everything is good. We are right at the 80% mark too. So that's pretty nice. Band shirts from World Shopping are coming soon now. I just got my copy of Weekly Pro Wrestling in from DHL. So I'll have to open that up and get that ready to pack with some of the other stuff I'm gonna have signed in Vegas. I don't have nearly as much stuff because all my fucking photo books got signed last year, so I thought about trying to make my own portraits, quote unquote, but just like, you know, using photos that of like maybe a semi-memorable moment. I figured for like a Shoko one, I could get one of the pictures of her in like the snake paint. For Kamiyu, it would be nice to have the one where she's making the faces as Yuki Arai. I'd have to think about some of the others. All right. Save game, and we're about ready to go. All right, we're here for Vertigo Attack episode number 68 being taped for the next week. 420 people, nice, in Broadlawns Arena for this show. Now, of course, we have an opening contest, which is, of course, our tag team champions. And Tankman and Lamar coming out facing the Regal Twins, just over 7 minutes. And Calvin Tankman submitting Sterling Regal. Getting the victory there. Yeah, I'd seen some of the stuff that she was catching hell for. Tankman and Lamar post-match. They haven't been around in a few weeks, but they're still the tag champs. They're taking on all comers, and whoever can challenge them, they want to see them come out and challenge them. There's a lot of tag teams fighting each other each week. No one seems to have a decisive edge right now, so it looks like we're going to have to figure out a number one contender here pretty soon. So, but Tankman and Lamar's ready. They're taking on whoever will challenge them. Ryan Davidson vignette, especially against people like I think Tim Donst and Drew Parker. Some of the brutality that he's shown over his nearly 3-year time here in Vertigo. And just to kind of hype him up as he's facing another up-and-comer and one called Manders. Decent reaction, or decent match between the both of them. Goes just under 12 minutes. Manders looks like he was going to pick up the victory, but JT Dunn came out to distract him and allowed Davidson to clobber him and keep him down long enough for a frog splash and a win. And Ryan Davidson wasn't the cleanest in the world, but does get a win over Manders. And as Manders is recovering, you can see him look like he's ready to kill JT Dunn as Dunn stands at the entranceway gloating over costing Manders yet another match. It does not seem like the feud between Manders and Dunn is just not quite over. Nick Dinsmore, Commissioner Nick Dinsmore, is in his office with the Heritage Champion Ty Ray. He's decided that next week he will have Ty Ray. He will have a challenger for Ty-Ray, as he's been looking at some of the people who've been successful thus far in the last several weeks here in Vertigo, and we'll decide the next challenger for Ty-Ray and his heritage title at Anniversary Blitz. We come up to our next match, tag team match. The Acclaimed coming out, of course, do their pre-show rap, insulting the Throwbacks, who are their opponents, as well as the audience in the crowd, as well as the people in the crowd. And that leads to their match here. The Throwbacks, surprisingly enough, just over 7.5 minutes. There was subpar wrestling and little heat, but JJ Driver on Max Caster puts them down, and the Throwbacks get a nice clean win here over the Acclaimed. I'm kind of hoping these guys, I mean, they're still decently young. I'm hoping they gel together a little bit more for their performance. Nonetheless, solid win for the Throwbacks, beating the Acclaimed. We're ready for our main event. Effie is backstage. He's been through a rough patch the last few months. He did, I think it was a little while back, I think it was the match against AR Fox that had kind of set him on this rough patch. But he'd been losing some matches. He's been trying to do, pretty well. But, tonight is potential redemption as he's facing another one of the top stars of Vertigo in diehard Eddie Edwards in tonight's main event. And with that, superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Very hot crowd for this match. Jesus Christ, this is one of our best matches. This is one of our best matches we've had at a 71. Holy shit. But yeah, just over 13 minutes. Cobra boot to leg DDT, and Effie gets a surprise win over Eddie Edwards. Great chemistry, and it showed in their performance. Jesus. And good chemistry between the commentary team as well. So Effie getting a win, and a solid win to help reestablish himself. And before he can get too excited, Anthony Mayweather from behind attacks him, lays him out, hits the I was gonna say code red. I forget what he did. Red Sky, I think, and leaves him laying, and the show ends with Anthony Mayweather standing over Effie. And that is the end of the show. Effie versus Eddie Edwards is one thing. Is this about the fact that I had Effie win too? Yes. I knew it. I knew there was gonna, you know what? When I booked that match, I had you in mind. Like, I didn't have you in mind when I booked it, but when I booked how this was gonna happen, my thought was, man, there's going to be some complaints, especially from Ramen, about how not only is Effie and Eddie Edwards a match that is happening on the main event of TV, but Effie's going over, and then Crimson is ending the show, attacking him. And we got great segments out of it. Look at that, a 71, I think might be like a top 10 match in the history of our company. We lost $8,200 because the ticket sales have been very iffy. Merchandise also the same way. This is a big reason right here. These two bits right here are exactly why I'm looking at potentially moving to a small event rather than a TV show style, because I'm not getting any broadcast revenue. Ticket sales are only for one set of ticket sales, and then merch on top of that, because then I can get another 2,900 plus. I mean, we got what, 400? Because we got like what, 420, but the TV tapings are at $5 a piece, right? Because we got, I'm gonna calc this. I'm pretty sure, even at this point, we're still running $5 a ticket on this. $29.40 divided by 420. How about divided by, dingus? Divided by 420. $7 a ticket. If I ran cheap, that's $9 a ticket. So I can get an extra $2 per person. And because it's considered a smaller event, we'll probably get 800 or so people in the door. Maybe 700. But we're still getting $9 a ticket on an extra 300 people. Say we got 720. So let's see. Yeah, 300 times. So we're getting an extra 600 in ticket sales. And that's over the course of 2 weeks. So you're actually getting an extra 12. Well, actually, no, 2940 plus 1200. Because 2940 plus another 600. So we're actually getting an extra $4,100. And then you add in merchandise for 300 extra people at 2.5 times. So we're looking at 750. So over the course of 2 shows, there's an extra $1,500. Whoops. 4,140 plus 1,500. We're looking at an extra $5,600. Yeah, I think even if we do a lesser show and we do cheap tickets, if we get an extra 300 people in the door, which I believe we can definitely do with cheap tickets, even on a lesser show, that's 720 people. When you add in the ticket sales, which would get $2 more a head, over the course of 2 shows, plus merchandise at 2.5 per head, 5640 is, yeah, it's a lot of extra money. Well, I mean, we'd be adding, well, okay, so 4640, because we'll just take away 998, 4642. That's still $4,600 as opposed to $8,200. So that helps. Then all I have to do is just be a little more frugal, which I've already been pretty damn frugal. And I think over the course of those 2 shows, I think because we're already spending the money broadcasting, I think it's like $2,500 an event usually. So even then, I think we still come out ahead, even if we have to spend the money on an extra broadcast. So, and then of course we'll have bigger gains. We do get gains everywhere here, but I think we'll have bigger gains over the course of the month if we just run 4 smaller events and run them as events. And then we can run them live every Friday night, and then we can do our own. Then we can do our own Midwestern podunk version of Super Viernes, and we can just run like we can just run the same building like CMLL every Friday night. Juice Robinson, Daisuke Harada have been bonding. Kota Ibushi hurt. That's nothing new. Retracted index finger. That really does sound like an Ibushi thing. And it also sounds like a thing that Ibushi wouldn't actually go to a hospital for and get fixed. Let's see here. Best of the Super Juniors. Night 7. We're getting close, I think. Big R Shimizu is the... I haven't even seen that Big R Shimizu is the IWGP US champion. Oh my God. Why is that? Oh my God. Geto and Jado defeat Roppongi 3K. Why? Even in game. That does sound like some shit that they would do in real life, though. That's also awful, but still. Saito, Susumu Yosuka, Nice Ribbon, Punch Tomonaga, Montez Ford, and Charlie Caruso, an enormous bust-up. That sounds about right. Wasn't there legitimately something with them? Was it Charlie Caruso or somebody else who had some issues with people in WWE? I don't think it was a wrestler, though. Okamura. Isn't he the Dragon Gate guy? And now he's the Stardom and Ice Ribbon guy. He's the CEO of Stardom. Oh, okay. I mean, I think that'll make some of the Stardom people happy. IW19 title for the first time, Maya Yukihi defeating Tsukasa Fujimoto. Okay. So that should be it. We are 4 days out. That should be it for Vertigo, which is good because I think we're in debt. DPW made a contract offer to Bobby Roode. That sounds semi-realistic. Yeah, we're actually in debt. This is the first time I've seen us in the negatives in quite a while. We're just definitely not going to make $10,000 worth of money. But we do still have like $8,000 in sponsorship income coming in. So, I mean, that should help out, you know? So we're probably only going to lose a couple grand. Probably about $3,000, I'd estimate. I don't know why my mouth is like quite dry. I think it's because I'm doing talking. I'm doing this whole talking thing. Keiji Muto retiring. Was it January 2023 that he retired? I want to say. AJ Styles has a broken wrist. New champion AJPW Zeus won the Triple Crown title. Let's see. Anything else? Omega Gones and Kakeru. Haruka Umesaki and Maria have bonded. Isn't Haruka being... Yeah, I was going to say, isn't she between like 3 different groups? That wouldn't be bad to bring her in, but she's also spent a lot of time over there, so we would be like 4th on the list for her. A Lindemann thigh muscle strain. Why is this still using the old logo? Taylor Tunda down in black. BJW morale issues. Retirement for Maru. Yunamanase. Ken Suzuki. Seven Thorn retiring. Okay. Body change, average to toned. I don't think I have it yet, but I think I need to add Marigold in here. So like in 11 months, I don't know who will take over the reins. It'd be funny if Rossi takes over the reins, but just drop Marigold in as a new promotion. See, Koda's already fully fit. Mel leaving AEW. Melanie Cruz. Okay, I was like, who is Mel? Okay. I had to remember. Mike Posey moving on from AEW. $700. Nope, I'm good on my people. Chris Brooks and Saki Akai are now a couple. I think is Chris Brooks's personal details put in here? Perhaps. Oh, well. Reminds me how dark we were 2 years ago. Harukaze and Makoto Oishi to spend a huge amount of time together. DDT morale issues. Uh-oh. Increasing number of workers on the DDT roster openly grumbling about the poor backstage atmosphere within the company. It's been noticed by company's management team. The low morale in DDT is something of an open secret. Seems that the powers that be have accepted that it's having a knock-on effect in performances and needs addressing. New measures to come soon. Konosuke Takeshita, the DDT Universal Champion. Also still, oh boy. He's going to stay there for a while. Mayu Iwatani and Takumi Iroha getting a friendship. Can you imagine that tag team? Just always win. AWJT Lightning Invitational. Stu Bennett gains power within NWA as a locker room leader. That sounds about right. Otani and Kawada been bonding. Bunch of people getting booted from CZW. Matt Tremont leaving CZ, moving on from CZW. I mean, at that point, there's just, well, he's doing like no holds barred or something, isn't he? Whatever the other one is. Isn't CZW like becoming just a regular, normal indie at this point? I don't think they do as many death matches anymore. Noto Kateno has changed her body type from average to skinny. Chris Brooks not even a little implying he banged Ito has made him canon gay. Also get Tremont for what? WXW made a contract offer to Viper. What is she not? She was working with WWE by this point, wasn't she? Even in 2020, right? Like, it still says present on NXT UK and ICW and Stardom and all that, but it only says employed by ICW. You got Effie. I got to be honest. I was thinking about ways to get rid of Effie, but he's like loyal to me now. Of all the people, Effie's loyal to me. Notica's got to change her gimmick. She's not what's wrong with Tremont? I don't do death matches, man. For God's sake, I got Drew Parker working as a normal ass wrestler, and then he pretty much strictly does death matches at this point because no one wanted to hire him as a normal wrestler. Oh wait, no. I need to go back. We need to give her we need to give Notica a new. I mean, she's skinny now. 137. I gotta change the heights and weights of everybody in here. Joshi Foodie isn't her thing. Let's prepare a gimmick change. What should be her gimmick? What can she do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you shit, what is it? Personal details tells me? No. There's something in here that lets me know what she generally plays. Prepare a gimmick change. There should be, I mean, oh, there we go. We can't play comedy, swagger, badass, legitimate, or offbeat. Okay. So I guess we just do a standard one. What can we do with that? Fan zone, a fan favorite. Maybe not a fan zone. Family tradition. Well, she created her own family tradition. Hardcore matches. Look at their hardcore still. Yeah, I probably got to look at that. Fun baby face. Yeah, fun baby face. Farmer. That's a good point. Rice farmer. I don't think that's even in there. He's a rice farmer. It's definitely a unique gimmick, and I say it's pretty creative. We'll throw it there. We'll confirm her gimmick change as a rice farmer. She comes down, has her husband tend the farm while she defends her title. All right. Let me see here. We got 2 more days left on that. MLW made an offer to Bobby Roode. AIW increased their music level to local. I can see my production, right? I can see like where I'm at with that. View rival levels. Semi-pro, professional. Jesus, where's all your money coming from? Where's DPW getting this money to run professional production? Like, even semi-pro. Well, semi-pro I think isn't terrible. But like the live event experience is like an extra $2,000 per night of shows. Fuck. See, even they're running small. Like a lot of people are running small. That's a hell of a lot of money. Broadcast quality. I do have to up some of this at some point. That's probably what I need to do. 500 a night too. Once I get some of my money figured out, I think I gotta up my production a little bit. That definitely needs to happen. We're good there. Are you saying that once I kind of have my my other events, I should have like a hardcore. I should have a hardcore title, a 24/7 title. Andrade versus Cesaro, a heated argument between the two. Here we go. Is it we're in Idolfight. Let's take a look. I don't know. Will our product... I mean, it's the Lucha Resu style product, so I don't know if they'll be big on dangerous, controversial, or bloody match types. I guess I could still do hardcore matches anyway. It'll just have to be, you know, less... It'll just be less... Tremont is useless because you're... No, I'm not saying he's useless. Now you're putting words into my mouth. Let's see at least a 50. Calvin Tankman. 53. Christian Cage is a 50. Drew Parker, unsurprisingly, a 71. And Eddie Edwards is a 52. Man, this doesn't even take into account the new, like, hardcore deathmatch-ish style that Fat Tim Donst uses. Let's see. Yep. Bum-ba-dum-bum. Can't remember if anything... I don't think anything significant happened on the pre-booking during all this. The Chris Brooks Saki Akai thing didn't happen. That's what... I didn't even... By the way, how you said it earlier, I didn't even want to say it. I was thinking about not saying it when it was like, Chris Brooks and Saki Akai are a couple in this game. Huh. I'm surprised that the mod makers didn't put him at least bisexual in here. TNA, Tajiri gains power in AJPW. New feud in TNA between Moose and Trey Miguel. Toni Storm. She's just out there. Toni Storm is just out there. And she is $600 per show. That does make her cheaper than at least a couple other people. Wouldn't be too bad. If I haven't shortlisted Toni Storm, I'm going to do it now. Because it ain't bad. I just have to, you know, pay the money to fly her in. Indy Hartwell, damaged cruciate ligaments. Oof. So that'd be like ACL, MCL, I think, right? Doesn't say specifically which one, but 6 months is gonna... 6 months would be pretty much an ACL injury. There was a thing. Oh. All right. Here we go with that. All right. Give the night off to that goddamn bully. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. right. Should keep a first ring. Sell the place out. No broadcasting. No booking team meeting stuff. Maria Takeda and Koharu Hinata butted heads. They're furious at the other. Women's trainer. All right. Won't address because it's just a spot show. Do that. All right. I'm going to be right back. I'm out of water. I'm going to grab some more water. I'm going to grab some more water real quick. I'll be right back. Idea of a hardcore match. He does the Irish curse. I had to think for half a second what you meant, and then I realized it was that stupid, the worst, probably the worst quote unquote hardcore move of doing the fucking backbreaker on the steps. The most useless thing ever. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like it's in all caps. What are you yelling at me for? Come back. Oh no, it's not all caps. It's just a link. Thought I was being yelled at again over something. Or is it the video of the backbreaker? Yes, that's what it is. That stupid Irish curse backbreaker on the steps. All right. Come on. Just gotta reset everything here for me. All right. Let's see, 4 minutes in the ring angle. Generic. Sairi Namba. Ayano Yurie. Arananeko. And Abaddon in a non-speaking appearance. Has she been around them enough to know some... Okay, so she speaks Japanese now. It's like, has she been enough of these to be able to speak? Not like it's going to matter here in a couple weeks, but, you know. Get a match. Match there. Arananeko. Raku. 11 minutes total. Road Agent. Neko. Open match. Tainted win. Outside interference finish. Here we go. Put that there. 2 minutes. In the ring angle, character development. Raku selling an injury. And then Ayano. Work of the crowd. Abaddon work in the crowd. Arnaneko. Character development. Drop that in. 3 minutes in the ring. We'll do hype. We want... I had to think for a second. Working the crowd for now. Working the crowd for Arai. There we go. Match. 2v2. Yeah, Princess. Strong kickers. Don't think they've had a match. Nope. 14. We've got, whoops. Put Mirai, and now we'll take the pin. Even here, we're going to protect any potential investment in Yuki Arai. We're gonna protect our investment. Angle. Now we'll take the pin. She'll be fine with that. We're not gonna make her dress up in kiss makeup. Let me see here. Kamiyu cutting a promo. Mirai Mayumi working the crowd. Now is selling an injury. And Arai will sell that injury too. Could use her acting skills, I guess. Considering, I mean she's also hurt in the deal here, so we'll do that. Add that. All right, next one. Maria. Hanan. We got 14 minutes there. We've got Maria taking the win. Open match, clean win. We'll just do pinfall just to make sure that we don't exactly want a submission. I think that's how we're going to have to take out some of the submissions. Or I'm going to have to give them actual finishers. That might change things up. 2 minutes. In the ring, angle, live, character development. We've got Maria cutting a promo. Hanan. We'll have her sell her injury. Could do her acting. Well, no, her selling of an injury is definitely better than her acting. All right. Here we go. 6-person tag. Oh boy. Let's do, we got Mei Suruga, Saya Kamitani, and Yuna Mizumori versus Ram Kaicho, Reika Saiki, and Arisu Endo. All right, and that is 15. We'll have Mei Suruga pin. I guess Arisu will take this loss. There we go. AC angle. There, 2 minutes in the ring. Generic. Serious, I guess, could probably be it because it's just going to be a giant brawl. So all of them fighting. Mai Saruga, Yuna Mizumori, Saya Kamitani, Ram Kaicho, Reika Saiki, and Arisu Endo. There we go. Main event. Have we not used Miko Iwata yet this month? No, we haven't. Okay. And we still need to do... it doesn't say that how many she has left, but I think she still has 2. Yeah, that's how I kind of remembered that. All right, 18. Miko Iwata. Open match. Clean win. Just a good, solid main event. And 3 minutes in the ring, angle, live, generic. And then it'll be Mika, character development, high. And we'll do work in the crowd. And we should be good. That should be 90 minutes, 12 segments. All right. Save that. Make sure everything, analysis is pretty much exactly what it should be. All right. Okay, we are here for Shining Road Tour final stop. It is the final show, just 5 days before the big Korakuen Hall show. Shining Stage 3rd Live, the biggest show of the year for Idolfight Project. This is the last stop here at Shinkiba First Ring, a sold-out Shinkiba First Ring. Namba opening the show, running down the card. We got some strong matches coming up, but with our opening match with Haru and Neko, we have the three of the 4 members of Revelation coming down and sort of giving her some crap and kind of taking over as our opening matchup. Haru and Neko versus Raku. And so people who will be on either side of a big 4v4 elimination here in a few days. Goes just under 9.5 minutes, and Raku looked like maybe she was going to get the win, but Ayano interferes, clobbers her when the ref isn't looking. It allows Haruna to slap on a submission and force Raku to tap out, and Neko gets the win. And with that, as Raku is still selling the effects of the match, Ayano and Abaddon come in with Neko, stand over Raku, and let Raku know that Miyakoko seems to think that she's the hero and the savior for Miyakoko Army, and that reminding Raku that she is not the hero that Miyakoko desperately needs her to be at Shining Stage, and that will be found out in just a few days. We get to our next match of the tag team match. AI Princess will be coming out. They perform a song on the way to the ring for their match. And they actually perform the song. They just don't lip sync like other Joshis. And get the crowd going for their match against the Strong Kickers. And a little over 12 minutes there. Unfortunately for AI Princess, it was not to be, as Kamiyu and Mirai. Little too much for them. Now Ishikawa, the victim of the Doctor Bomb, and takes the loss at the hands of Mirai. And wow, Kamiyu carrying this fucking match. It's amazing to say that, because Mirai is quite good. I don't know why she's been so kind of underrated in this. Maybe it's based on 2020 Mirai, but I feel like, I mean, she has definitely improved drastically over the last 5 years, so that might be why. So we're trying to play catch up there, but yeah, Kamiyu carrying a match where Mirai is in it is definitely interesting, but nonetheless a solid match there. And Kamiyu warns AI Princess to not think they're good enough to beat them at Shining Stage 3. And of course, all 4 of them will be a part of the tag team Twin Spirit Battle Royal at Korakuen Hall in just a few days. So we will see who will be the number 1 contenders of the Twin Spirit titles. Speaking of the Twin Spirit titles, one half the champs, Maria Takeda, coming in against one half the challengers in Hanan. Good heat and decent wrestling, and just under 12 minutes, Maria ends up beating Hanan by pinfall there. Good match between the both of them. Crowd's very hot. Good heat and decent wrestling, of course. And good match between them, and the one half the Twin Spirit champs getting the win there. Grabs a mic, and as Hanan is still sort of recovering from the match, she wishes Hanan luck at Shining Stage 3rd Live, but reminds her that there is, of course, a reason why her and Kohaku are the champs, and that they're going to have to bring their A game if they think they're going to beat them. So it was terrible with no script to follow, but nonetheless, the point was given. It was sent across there, as we will have that Twin Spirit title match in just 4 days. Couple of different matches coming together with this one between the Yuna and Ram match, as well as 4 of the 6 participants in the Fighting Spirit Championship #1 contenders elimination match. Mei Suruga and Sayakami Tani and Yuna Mizumori versus Ram Kaicho, Reika Saiki, and Arisu Endo. Just under 12 minutes between the 6 of them. Mei Suruga ends up hitting a brainbuster on Arisu Endo and getting the win for her team. And yeah, everyone doing pretty good here. I'm just kind of looking to see how everyone performed. Everyone did pretty good. Yuna Mizumori, the only one not in the 40s. Arisu Endo, a little off her game. Ram Kaicho, not there in the 50s. But Sayame and Reika doing well for this, as I figured would probably happen. And afterwards, there were still some sour feelings between the 6 of them. Ram and Yuna square off to start brawling. The other 4 girls who are going to be in the elimination match in a few days are also brawling until some of the other girls on the tending to the ringside area kind of help separate them, as they all eventually go their separate ways as we prepare for the main event. Mika Iwata, the challenger for the Fighting Spirit Championship, taking on Tai Hanma, who will be teaming with Sina Shiori to challenge free Wi-Fi. Unsurprisingly, about that is superb wrestling and great heat between Mika and Tai. 16 and a half minutes, a spinning heel kick got the better of Tai, and they have great chemistry in their performance. I think that's one of the best matches we've ever had in IdolPro's history. A 76, I think, is up there. Probably, I think, puts it at a top 5 match. So yeah, they had great chemistry, and Mika Iwata really brought it here. So very happy to see that, and of course Mika getting the victory on the way to challenging for the Fighting Spirit title. And takes the mic afterwards, wishes Tai well, and has her kind of stay in to send the crowd home. She talks just for a second about becoming Fighting Spirit champion, talks a bit about Korakuen Hall, hopes everyone shows up, and sends the crowd home. And that will be the final show before Shining Stage 3rd Live. $3,100 we lost, but we did gain a whole point. That should help. We needed a whole point gain going into our big show, where I want to sell as many tickets as possible. All right. Let's see if we got anything here. Spears, Buddy Royal. Tag teams, Ricky Starks and Trevor Murdoch. Matty Max and Camille. Okay. So 4 days away from the big show. I think where's the pre-booking? Pre-booking should be pretty much where I want it to be. Where I'm gonna keep it for now. And there shouldn't be anything here for the rest of the month. Oh my God. We're going to fill the shit out of the booking sheet for the next show. I think it's totaling 3.5 hours. 215 minutes. You know, I was just having a discussion. So that's what, 3:35. I was just discussing. Because what was it? The AEW pay-per-view was like 5 hours, wasn't it? It was just one of those things where it's like you give birth at the beginning of an AEW pay-per-view and still be able to watch the main event. Retirement for Rey Mysterio Sr., Tiger Mask retiring, Tomohiro Ishii retiring, Bobby Roode retiring. Didn't he just sign? Didn't he just get some AAA locker room leader? Mark Haskins. Tag team edition, Sugawara and Yohei. Frankie Kazarian to retire. AJPW Bad Morale. That sounds pretty realistic. Huge row between Atomic and yeah. See, Bobby Roode just signed with MLW, and he's not going to be a wrestler. MLW locker room tension just between everybody. Ross Von Erich, MLW World Middleweight Champion. Martin Kirby retiring. Aaron Aguilera retiring. Enzo Amore joins MLW. That sounds about right. It's the most realistic thing to happen in this game thus far. MLW being interested in bringing in Enzo Amore. They've done that, right? They've been doing that, if I remember right. WrestleManias were starting to be 5 hours. It was just people started tapping out. Yeah. I 3.5, I think. And I put an intermission in there, by the way. That's a thing, too. That's one of the things I like about the Japanese shows is when they have a show that goes longer than like 2 hours, they're going to put an intermission in there. And that also adds like 10-15 minutes to runtime. Wrestling's fun. Yeah, not 5 hours. Yeah, I try to max out at like 3.5. 3:35 is supposed to be the runtime for this show. And then there's supposed to be some pre-show stuff, which will make it an even 4 hours. It is our biggest show of the year. So, I mean, I guess that could be, generally I'm not going to go beyond most of our other shows. I'm not going to go beyond 2.5 hours. It's just, I'm not going to, I can't do those super long pay-per-views. And I'm kind of glad that, generally those are not so much. See, now he's got hired on there with DPW. Is that as a wrestler? Is he going to technically sign on as a wrestler? And then just not be a wrestler after that? BJW morale issue still. Don Khalif steroid drama? Karen Noir. Tracy Williams joins AEW. Seedling locker room tension. Okay. 2 days away. Bobby Roode hired by DPW. There we go. Actually, you know what? Should probably just take him off the short list at this point. He's not going to be a wrestler. I don't think that's a lot of money I'm probably going to have to spend on him potentially being a road agent. Because, How much is he going to cost? Like $2,100 to be potentially a road agent here in 89 days? Nah. And his road agent, I'm sure his road agenting skills probably ain't bad. Yeah, look at that. 81, 100, 78, 100. He'll be a good road agent. He'll make a great road agent. But I ain't going to afford him anytime soon. I should get Wardlow, shouldn't I? At some point. I think he's pretty cheap. He's pretty cheap. I should get Wardlow and then just have him do all the things that Braun Breaker does, which is all the things that AEW should have been doing with Wardlow. I'll give him a spear that breaks somebody in half. He just comes in, runs the ropes like a madman. I've also got Will Hobbs. Maybe I should start doing that since like people like Nakamura have been giving me troubles anyway, and they're like $3,000 and save the money not having to utilize them. I'm gonna sign Nakamura. I'm gonna get like a whole 2 matches out of him. Mike Rotunda retiring. Matt Hardy retiring. Double or Nothing. What does the AI Double or Nothing do? Well, Eli Drake, at least he beat Kip Sabian in the 0 hour. What do we got for the title matches? Britt Baker defeating Hikaru Shida to retain. I mean, in 2023, that's not the worst. That's a lot of angles. There's a lot of angles. Adam Page defeated Joey Janela in a ladder match. This is 2018 AEW right there. Let's see here. Private Party defeated System X to retain the tag titles. A-Kid and Jonathan Gresham. Sammy Guevara defeated Jake Hager to retain the TNT title. Jon Moxley defeated Chris Jericho to retain the world title. At least this is 2023. This is 2 years ago when people were starting to get sick of Jericho, but people still weren't totally against Jericho, and people still liked Moxley. So guess it's a decent enough show there. Anything else? Matt Hardy retiring. Brandy Lauren and Pac had a huge row between them. Io Shirai press conference. Busy training, regular wrestler style. She said believed this would be more dangerous than her former technician flyer. Feel like her current technician flyer style would be more dangerous, or at least make her more dangerous. Harashima retiring. Oh, Maki Ito bonds with Konami. I highly doubt that would actually happen. I don't know. I'm sure they'd probably be cordial, but I couldn't imagine Konami and Maki Ito becoming besties. Mayukihi's changing her style. Mikey Nichols has a strained wrist. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood morale issues. Kawaguchi. Colt Cabana. Didn't he just get hired in MLW and now he's a locker room leader already? Cassidy O'Reilly. Natsumi Maki bonds with Pam Harajuku. That's maybe an even less realistic one. I'm sure she'd probably get along with her, but you know, Pam is also like the antithesis of like the things that Natsupoi seems to very much dislike about TJPW. Drew Parker evolving away from his Daredevil image. Oh look, even in real life, this Drew Parker's moving away from his deathmatch stuff. All right. Drew Parker changes style. Oh no. Was there was a thing here? Okay, yeah. Change your style. All right. Someone wants some raises. Oh my lord. $60. Yeah, we'll take it. Why not? All right. $60. Yeah, sure. Why not? $60. Fuck. $90. I'll do 68. I'll keep it to 60 to $70. How about that? $70. All right, you're gonna go down to 52. you're gonna take 52 extra dollars. $60 is one thing. 70 is right out. I had a bunch of local talent I gotta make sure to sign to. Let's see. Hopefully nothing really happened. Camille Bolshoi and Aja Kong. I feel like they probably are friends in real life. Stardom morale issues. Uh-oh. You're 2 years too early. Wait a minute. Injury for Hiroya. Well, no, you're about 10 months too early right now. Hiroya Matsumoto got a calf strain. That's fine. Oz got bad morale. Sayaka Itani and Miyu Yamashita have been bonding recently. I can see that. Scott D'Amore, Brad Myers, enormous bust up. And then that's about it. Yuka Sakazaki leaves TJPW. Oh, she got signed exclusively to AEW. All right. All right, give the night off. Nobody's getting the night off. Venue or location. Korakuen Hall. 1,367 fans. We have goddamn arrived. By the way, if this was real life and we could keep this up in any way, shape, or form, that would put us pretty much right behind Stardom. I don't know. Oz Academy, I think, usually does pretty good. But then again, they only run once a month. Sendai Girls, I think, does okay. But they don't ever showcase their numbers. Either way, 1,300 people. Select everybody. Live to a good chunk of the world. Booking team meeting. All right, so we've got some creative energy we can use here. What do we got for a creative? Let's see, like a gimmick idea. Yeah, we got a gimmick change coming. A big gamble, no restrictions on it. Okay. So we got a gimmick change that I think is going to be coming for Tenma. Or did I? No, I don't think I did that before the last show, right? I can't remember now. We're going to do that. We're going to look at a creative finish. Bit of a gamble. Okay. And I think we're good. I think we're good. Or should I utilize one more? I think we'll have an angle. We'll have enough angles. A near certainty. All right. So we can use that on something that we want to put over. I think that'll help. We've got something that'll almost certainly work to help put over. All right, so the story creative, we got a lot of creative ideas. Locker room incidents. All right, Osaka Mia helped. That's good. Nikon Lee was keeping everybody in a good mood. That's good. Koharu Hinata and Mika Wada have been getting along. Michiko and Koharu Hinata have been getting along. Pre-show training. Nice. Nothing bad. All right, we're going to inspire people. Inspire everyone to new heights of performance. Receptive audience. It can be very effective. Use it too long into a locker room that's turned against you, and it may backfire. I think this is the time to do it. Let's do it. You've given an inspirational speech. The entire locker room is fired up, buzzing with anticipation for this show. We are ready to rock. All right. We got some local workers to grab that we're going to need. Let's see here. 60. Let's try 50. All right. 60. We got you. You'll go for 50, right? All right. So this is the downside to not having certain deals anymore. Oh, yes. 270. Got to make sure I have them. Here we go. 270. All right. Let me see. Those were all the main show people I think I needed. So then we've got you. Will you accept 30? Ugh. And then you. And then you. And you. And I think that's everybody. Let me go to the roster real quick. I don't have a new picture for her, unfortunately, so she's just going to have to be blonde for now. All right, so with that, we had a match. We get a tag match in. We get the Evo girls. And we throw in Kazuna and Miku Kanai. There we go. 10 minutes pre-show. And we'll give it to Zones. And Miku will take the loss. Open match, clean win. There we go. Next, exclude already booked. So we've got Natsu, Lady C. Minutes on that one. Pre-show. Let's see here. Natsu getting the win. We'll open match it. It should help out Lady C. All right. And then 5 minutes. In the ring, angle, live, hype. We've got Aihara. We've got Kyoko Kimura joining them. And Stuart Fulton. I need to make that pre-show. Here we go. All right. So 25 minutes pre-show has been used, and I think we're ready to start the show. All right. Ankle. That one I'm going to have to change. Or at least I didn't put the full thing in here. Welcomes the audience. There we go. Make sure I have that the way I want it to. 4 minutes in the ring, angle, live, character development. Here we go. So, Sayuri Namba and Unagi Sayaka. And with that, she does get a match. Unagi Sayaka, Hazuki. 10 minutes total. Hazuki. Open match. Clean win. Good and good. All right. Man, we got like 3 matches in a row with no real angles. We were running out of space and all that with angles, so. So we already go to our next match, which wasn't listed officially. We've got Himeka. We've got Himawari. We've got Yoshiko Hasegawa. We've got Momoko Hanazono. We've got Marika Kobashi. And we've got Rina. Here we go. 13. And Himeka getting the win. Whoops. Let's give Momoko the loss. He can handle it. All right. So then, I don't think this was also in the pre-booking, the big match here. So we've got a match. We've got 10-man no search. All right. We should make it a lingerie battle royal. Oh, cancel. Now Ishikawa and Yuki Arai from AI Princess. We've got Rina Yamashita and Risa Sarah from Death Riot. Do I have the... Okay, that's not the... there's no tag teams to add both people in. So we've got Hina and Ruaka from JK Fallen Stars. We've got Kamiyu and Mirai from Strong Kickers. And then we've got kind of a thrown together team of Chanyoda and Hanako as kind of a surprise. As like our wild cards here. All right. So we got Strong Kickers versus JK Fallen Stars versus AI Princess versus Death Riot versus... That's 4, right? Strong Kickers, yes. Chanyoda and Hanako. Chanyoda. And Twin Spirit Battle Royal, because I don't think we have a lot of space left. Nope. And we're going a total of 17, because it is just a throw over the top rope type deal, so we got a whole lot of other shit to do, so we gotta... All right, let's see here. The victor here, Yuki Arai. Open match for everybody. Clean win, I would say. All right, we're going to build this out. Yuki Arai is going to throw up Mirai for the finish. We're going to put Let's put Rina Yamashita in as the third. Fourth, we'll put in Chanyota. Fifth, we'll do Risa Sarah. Sixth, Kamiyu. So we got to figure out the first 4 eliminations. I think Ruaka will be the first one eliminated. Let me see here. So I've got... Should it be Hanako? Hanako will be the second eliminated. Hina will be the third eliminated, and that we'll put Now as the fourth eliminated. I think I pretty much got everybody right where I kind of want them. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the eliminations. I want to go with that. Risa Sarah's unhappy. Oh, probably her and Rina Yamashita are probably not too thrilled, but let's keep her strong and protect her and see if Rina Yamashita is the same way. Nope. All right. Cool. Three-minute angle, live, character development as Now and Arai. Celebrate. Boom. All right. And I believe this sets us to the pre-bookings now. Add to the booking sheet Ram Kaicho, Yuna Mizumori. Loser leaves IdolPro. Ram taking the win. Open match. Tainted win, but nonetheless going to be the finish. And add an angle where we kind of give her... Yeah, we give her the 3 minutes to kind of bow to the fans. We use her acting? We can use her acting for this. Give her moment to thank the fans and leave the ring. All right. Back to the pre-booking. Got our 4v4 elimination match. That is 20 minutes. 15-minute match. All right. Raku. Michiko. We want Michiko kept strong and protect her because I'm sure she's probably not willing to take this fall. We'll make it a clean win. All right. Abaddon will be the first out. Osaka will be the... Osaka will be the... Nope, not third. Second. Let's see here. Chie will be the third. Neko will be the fourth. Miyako Matsumoto will be the fifth. Ayano Irie will be the sixth, and then Michiko the seventh. So Abaddon gets eliminated early. Seems to get a good push for the faces. Then Asako and Chie both go out, and all of a sudden the heels got the better end of it. They do get Neko to even it up, but Miyako Matsumoto leaves both Michiko and Ayano with Raku, who miraculously is able to eliminate the both of them. So I think that builds up a good Good match there. Gives a solid story there. Here we go. 3 minutes in the ring live. We'll do generic. And then after that, Michiko, Ayano, Neko will turn on the person who was eliminated first for them in Abaddon. And then in importance, we can leave that off the show's history. 10 minutes. The only downside is I can't specifically use this to like calm the crowd. It'd be nice if there was. It'd be nice if that was a thing. In the ring, angle, I guess interview, live, hype. So yeah, Ihara. Segment host with Stuart Fulton as they take care of the intermission and talking about it. All right. Next match. I'm doing free Wi-Fi. 16 total. And we got Noah winning off of Cena. Open match. We'll do a tainted finish. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I'm gonna do on that. Should I try to do a creative finish for this? I'm trying to think. Bit of a gamble for a creative finish. Is there a better spot potentially? I think I'll probably use it in a different match. I'm just kind of like looking at some of the other matches. I don't think this will be the match. Well, I mean, that could be something. Everything else is probably gonna. Yeah. No, we'll wait. We'll wait on the creative finish. All right. We do 2 minutes there. In the ring, angle live. We'll do serious as Hikari Noah. Hikari Noah's dramatic acting along with Now Kakuta's dramatic acting. How is Hikari a better dramatic actor than Now Kakuta, the person who did stage plays? Tai Hanma, and then Sina Shiori is going to do selling because she did lose, so 147 pounds. I have to change that. All right. Next, we've got this. We got our number one contender elimination match. 28 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes. Yeah. I guess with the entrances and everything, that's 8 minutes right there on entrances. All right. Saya's going to be the victor. Open match. Clean win. All right. So we're going to have Arisu be the first elimination. Yuri will be the second. Reiko will be the third. Mei Suruga will be the fourth. And then it comes down to Mio Momono and Saya Kamitani. And Mio ends up taking the final pin. Reika Psyche's very unhappy. Keep her strong. There you go. See, now you're fine. Next match. Yep, there's nothing in between here. Some of our angles are towards the end. Nodoka Tenma, Mika Iwata. Is 18 minutes total, 16-minute match, title on the line. All right, so Mika taking the win. Open match between them, clean win. And you know what? We'll do the creative finish here. How about that? Oh, we do have the Sayakami Tani creative finish. We can do that. So we'll do... Actually, this match will probably be fine. I think I might try the creative finish on the tag titles. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll drop that there. I'm going to go back here. Whoops. Because we're running out of time to use it anyway. So, Sayakami Tani, extremely risky. Extremely risky. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Maybe I ruined this whole damn thing. Maybe I ruined it all. Drop it in. 3 minutes. In the ring, angle live. Character development. Nodoka will be selling her match. Mika Iwata. Could we do her acting? Her acting's not great. I think working the crowd, even with her, celebrating with the title would be the best idea there. So drop that in there. All right. Semi-main. We got 17 minutes total on that. Titles on the line. Staff. I think we're going to have to change around some of the staff. Let's do Hanan getting the win over Maria for this, because we give Asahi a lot of like lower matches, but we did have Hanan take the loss, get the revenge for that, make it a clean win, and I think that's pretty much it there. All right, a couple more angles to jump in. Drop those in. 3 minutes. Character development. Asahi working the crowd. Hanan working the crowd. Maria selling. And Kohaku selling. And then big match intros, main event time. Hype for Jungle Kiona. I think it has to be. Yeah, working the crowd, get them hyped. Momo working the crowd, get them hyped. Save that. Main events. Staff is good. Titles are good. Kiona. Open match. Clean win. Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to use that creative finish in the tag match. I think that's pretty much all we need there. Drop that in. Whoops. Come over here. Add that creative finish. Don't know if there was anything else. Let me see if there was like the couldn't remember if there was any way with the angle to potentially put in the some of the other stuff. Where's my stored creative ideas? So we got the angle idea. I think we can put that in. Angles, road agent notes. All right, we can do that. So we've got that. We've got that. That's probably just going to be deleted. Deploy gimmick idea when assigning a gimmick change. Yeah. So she hasn't officially done it yet, right? No. So we're gonna make this rice farmer. We're gonna make this rice farmer thing happen. Deploy creative idea. It's a big gamble. But we're gonna deploy that creative idea to make her a highly successful rice farmer. What is this? Oh, the people that got hired. And then angle idea. I think the big turn. I think the big turn is where we need that deployed. A near certainty for that to be successful is always strong. Okay, and then we'll work on this in a second. I want to add the final segment, which is, unsurprisingly, Jungle Kiona talking to the crowd. So character development, just to get the crowd hyped up. Yep. I think that's about it for that. 203 minutes. Where am I missing 12 minutes at? There's 20 segments. Where am I missing 12 minutes? Or did something... Oh, no. I was thinking the intermission. Well, that's 10 minutes. Well, no, because it should still show up, right? 203 minutes. All right, let me take a look at this. 4, 10, 13, 17. Yep. 3, 14, 3, 20. 3, 10, 16, 2. 28, 18, 3, 17. 3, 2. Oh. $24, 5. I forgot. I was... Woo! 10-minute main event. Jesus Christ. Thank God I looked that over. By the way, I wanted to slow build that. I believe both of them have the psychology to do it, which not a lot of them do. Not a lot of them really have that. 76 psychology and an 80 psychology. So I think they have the psychology to slow build this. All right. 215 minutes. We've got our pre-show stuff booked. We've got everything done there. I think we're good. All right, let me see. Oh my God, I forgot to assign announcers. I did this whole thing without announcers. Oh no, I gotta go in to every last one of them. I have to go into every last one of them. I forgot to do that. I suck. God damn it. Oh. All right. I want to try to remember. All right. Oh my God. I felt like I was forgetting something. Holy shit. I knew it. I knew I was forgetting something. And I should have noticed. But I didn't really do much with this. I didn't look much at the staff stuff. Let's see here. All right. That intermission doesn't need to have it, right? No. That match needs it. That match needs it. Wait, so we just did that one, right? Okay. This 6-way, got it. That got it. That got it. Oh. All right. There. All 23 segments. I just did this one, right? Yeah. There we go. Main event. And then finally. All right. So, shit of all that. Sakumi has been used too much. That's fine. Ayumi Kirihara is being badly overloaded. Okay. I think what I did, if I remember right, is I did get a temporary, not so great, but whatever, in Hiromi Mimura as a road agent, because I don't think there's anybody else who could be a road agent. Don't think anyone. Oh no, we do have a few people. Should Great Sasuke be a road agent for the night? Let me look. Blue Shark. Great Sasuke being a road agent for the night is kind of interesting. How much does he cost? $930? Oh Lord. What can I get that's okay? Daisuke Ikeda, $250. All right. Be exclusively a road agent. All right. I'm going to take some of the pressure off of these two. Yeah. So I'm going to have him take over the 0-hour matches, as well as the segment. Okay. And then we'll do the welcoming of the audience here. He'll take that over. We'll move this over to Kyoko. We'll move that over to Kyoko. No, that's also being done with that. Koharu Hinata. Okay, she's still been given too much, which is fine. You can still work with this. Yeah, that's Kyoko. This can be Ikeda. And then that can be Ikeda. And then we'll put like one more. We'll get like one more here. That might be a Kirihara. Yeah, we'll do Ikeda for that. All right. So I think we've gotten the load spread out a little bit better this time. And everything seems cool. Okay. Is there anything I missed? I don't think there is. I got my announcer set, 215 minutes. We got the number of segments right, the number of minutes right. We got our announcers. We've spread out our refs. We've spread out our road agents. We've got literally everybody on the show and then some. I think we're good. I think we're golden. 2 hours, 29 minutes in. Remember how quickly I got done the first like 3 shows? Holy Jesus. All right. I think we're good then. 82%, 90 matches. That's fine. 90% matches. We're still within that. I think everything's good. I put the titles on the line, right? I looked at the other two. Yep, I looked at that one. All right. Everything is golden. I hope. Say Sakumi has been used too much. That's fine. I don't care. that's going to happen. All right. I think everything else is good. Currently assigned. All right, we've assigned all of our we're putting out every creative idea today. This is it. We're looking for a baller of a show. We're looking for a phenomenal show here for our first go around in Korakuen Hall. Okay, we are here for IdolPro Shining Stage 3rd Live. It is the official debut in Korakuen Hall. 1,463 people. That is a full audience. That is a pretty full audience. Not a sellout. Although the game listed is like 2003. I think honestly it's probably closer to 1,800, but that's still going to be a full building for this show. So already a phenomenal start, because I was hoping for at least 1,000 and we blew right past that. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I probably could have made a little bit. It would have been less people if I made it normal, but I made it cheap so we could cram as many people in here for our first big show. So before the show officially starts, we got a couple of matches with some people that are on the roster and some people who are newer and kind of getting a test out here on such a big show as people are filing in. We have the 0 Hour in our first matchup from Pro Wrestling Evo. Zones and Chi-Chi taking on Kizuna Tanaka and Miku Kanai. Terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat because they're still filing in, but gives us an idea. Zones is doing pretty good. Miku's pretty not great. I should give her, considering who she's been, considering how quickly she's gotten better, I feel like I should give her maybe not prodigy, but something close to that, where she's going to improve faster than normal, because she probably deserves that. I think Chi-Chi might deserve that too. So not quite prodigy, but yeah, I think something that allows them to go a little bit better than normal. But Kizuna really kind of carried it with Zones. But just over 8 minutes, Zones did submit Miku Kanai for that. And a bit of an assessment for people there. And hey, Kizuna Tanaka got a 34. So I think she does have the prodigy label. So she's probably going to be a good pickup, assuming she doesn't have injury issues like real life. Natsu Sumire taking on Lady C in the next 0 Hour match. Still expectant, still simmering. We're getting some decent stuff in here. Natsu to hype the crowd up. 8.5 minutes. Elbow drop, Lady C, get the win. 71, by the way. Does this mean if I put Natsu Sumire, this could mean that if I put Natsu Sumire and she has a good performance, I could get Natsu Sumire versus like Mika Iwata. I think I might need that to be a Fighting Spirit title match in the future. Because I think it might actually end up being our best match, which is insanity. But yeah, I think I might have to do that. I might have to pair her up with, a high performing wrestler in some sort of main event, and just have it absolutely burn the house down. A Natsu Sumire match burning the house down. The performance of Natsu really stood out. Holy shit. So right before the show, for a few minutes, we run down the card for the audience. And Kyoko Kimura, who has been helping kind of be in charge of a lot of the backstage goings on, joins Aihara and Stuart Fulton to discuss the show and how happy they already are and how grateful we already are for the people who have shown up. And very strong start. And that leads us to the official start of the show. The audience is simmering. Sayuri Nemba comes and welcomes the audience before she could really do too much else, Unagi Sayaka comes out, and as she had promised before earlier a couple weeks ago, she plans on taking over the show. She's got a steel chair, sits it down in the ring, and basically said that she is not planning on leaving until she has a match here tonight. And with that, we get the IdolPro debut, where she does indeed get a match. The IdolPro debut of Hazuki. Debuts her gimmick, and it's great. Unagi not really thrilled about that, but just over 8 minutes for this match. Hazuki styles clashes Unagi and gets the win. Both of them create a strong match, a decent match between the both of them there, and the hot start to the show. We get to our next match. It's a 6-person tag match here. Himeka Himawari and Yoshika Hasegawa teaming up against Momoko Hanazono, Marika Kobashi, and Rina as sort of a, hey, people who are still kind of left to get them on the card type deal. But 9.5 minutes later, Himeka ends up getting the Argentine backbreaker on Momoko Hanazono, forcing her to tap out. And Himeka shown in this match 73. Holy shit. Marika was off her game. Yeah, that seems to be yeah, let me see here. Marika 25. Yeah, she did do the worst, but yeah, we'll see. Everyone, yeah, it was really carried by Himeka here, and then Momoko did okay. But yeah, she really was obviously head and shoulders above everybody else in this match and just carried this match to the 54 that it is. God damn. All right. Already another great start here is Himeka Himawari and Yappy getting the victory. We go to a match that was not directly advertised, at least on the shows, but was talked about and advertised. And it was the Twin Spirit Battle Royal. 5 tag teams battling it out in a 10-person Battle Royal to determine the next challengers to the Twin Spirit titles. Whoever the champions will be later on in the night. As you can see, we've got Now and Yuki Arai from AI Princess. We got Death Riot. We got JK Fallen Stars. We got Strong Kickers. And we have a surprise tag team in Chan Yoda and Hanako joining in. And just under 12 minutes, you see Ruaka going out first, then Hanako, then Hina. Now Ishikawa, Yuki Kamifuku, Risa Serra. Then the final 4, Chan Yoda goes out first, then Rina Yamashita, and then, surprisingly enough, Yuki Arai able to throw Mirai Mayumi over the top rope and get the victory. And Yuki Arai wins it for AI Princess, and they will be the next challengers. Now and Yuki Arai celebrate their win and head on to the back as we get to our next match, Ram Kaicho versus Yuna Mizumori. It is loser leaves IdolPro, and decent match between the both of them. Emotionally charged match. It went just under 12 minutes. Yuna looked like maybe she was going to get the better of Ram, but Ram, with the referee's back turned, ends up using a foreign object and pins Yuna when the ref is no longer distracted or down. And Ram Kaicho wins this match. Therefore, Yuna Mizumori is leaving IdolPro. With that, tears in her eyes as the fans give her a round of applause as she bows to each side of the ring to thank the fans, and climbs on out and leaves the ring and heads to the back. And then we get the 4v4 elimination match. All 4 members of Revelation, Michiko, Abaddon, Ayano Irie, and Haraneko, taking on the 3 members of Miyakoko Army, Miyako Matsumoto, Asako Miya, and Chieko Ishikawa, along with Raku. Decent match here. Went just under 15 minutes. And we got the order of elimination here. Abaddon, the first one eliminated. Then gives a bit of a boost for the baby faces there, but that quickly disappears as Asako Miya and then Chieko Ishikawa get eliminated. They do eliminate Haru and Neko to even it up. Why was that? I thought I put... Oh, I screwed up. It was supposed to be Ayano. Or no, it was supposed to be Miyako... Oh, I screwed up. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be Miyako Matsumoto, which would leave Raku with Michiko and Ayano. And then Ayano... Yeah, and then Ayano's supposed to go, and then Michiko the last one. I swear to God I put that in there. Yeah. What the hell? Wait a minute. What? Michiko to be the 7th elimination. Ayano Irie to be the 6th. Miyako Matsumoto to be the 5th. So they went to Osaka Chie. Haruno's the 4th. Miyako Matsumoto should be the 5th. Then Ayano Irie. And then Michiko. I don't know why the game did that to me. I don't know why they flipped that around. That's not at all what should have happened. Maybe it's because maybe my road agents were good enough. I don't know. I gave them explicit instructions. Miyako goes, then Ayano, then it's Michiko versus Raku. Either way, Raku gets the win. To get the official win for Miyakoko Army in this final showdown between them and Revelation. And Sako Mia really did not do great. Everybody else actually did quite well. I'm pretty surprised. Michiko still carried everybody, but Raku got a 50. Miyako Matsumoto 47. Haru and Neko got a 49. Ayano got a 48, so Osaka is really the weak link here, which is also why she was one of the first ones gone. But she has a strong connection to the young female demographic who really liked her winning. I don't feel like we had probably, I don't know. It's a Joshi promotion. I don't know if we really do have a lot of young women who are coming to these shows to see Sako Mia. Maybe I should utilize that for our spot shows. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe if she has a strong connection to the young female demographic, she's cheap. We can use her on the spot shows. Maybe sell a few more tickets to young women when we go to Osaka or Nagoya. Interesting to note. With that, Miyakoko Army celebrates, and it leaves Revelation in the ring. And they all kind of stand around, and then eventually Michiko lays into Abaddon, which prompts Ayano and Haruna to also lay into Abaddon. And they eventually, after knocking her around, leave her in the ring as Abaddon is just kind of forced to just sit there and take the beating as Ayano, Neko, and Michiko leave Abaddon in the ring as they leave. And with that, we go to an intermission. We get a segment here, just Ihara and Stuart Fulton discussing what has happened thus far in Korakuen Hall, and as well the future matches coming up later in the night. And just a quick deal there, along with intermission, and we are going on. Come back from intermission, we get free Wi-Fi, taking on Sina Shiori and Tai Hanma. It's the friends, the friendships colliding here, as one of Hikari's best friends, Sina, and one of Nao's best friends, Tai Hanma, trying to talk some sense into both of them and how they've been acting. But good wrestling and decent reaction for this match, just under 14 minutes. Isn't quite what happened, as they did happen to use a few weapons with the ref down. And then eventually Hikari Noah ends up getting the better of Sina Shiori, and free Wi-Fi get the victory. By the way, Jesus, Hikari Noah and Nao Kakuta 62 and 58. It was probably because of their chemistry, because Tai Hanma did quite well in her match against Mika, but yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good for the level that we're at. So strong match. And with that, now and Hikari stare down Tai and Cena as they're recovering in the ring. Then eventually Hikari and Now leave the ring as they're just kind of there to recover and leave to the back, not even really looking back at them. So it seems that Cena and Tai were unable to get through to them. We get a 6-woman elimination match. It's not a battle royal. It's a pinfall submission elimination match, but it will determine the number 1 contender to the Fighting Spirit title, which we will, after this match, find out who will be the Fighting Spirit champion. 20 minutes, just shy of 20 minutes. Arisu Endo goes first. Yuri gets eliminated second. Reika Saiki third. Mei Saruga eliminated fourth. It comes down to Mio Momono and Saya Kamitani. And at the end, in a good match, Saya Kamitani getting the win over Mio Momono. And creative finish was a failure. But Saya Kamitani getting the win and the number 1 contendership to the Fighting Spirit title. Taking a look here. Mio did great. Reika did great. May did great. Saya did pretty good. And then Yuri and Arisu did hold their own, all things considered. But yeah, Mio and Reika definitely were kind of above them. And May as well. Strong match, though. 54. All right. So we get to our Fighting Spirit Championship match. Superb wrestling and great heat. Nodoka Tenma defending against the champion Mika Iwata. And with that, just over 15 and a half minutes, Mika Iwata spinning heel kicks Nodoka Tenma and wins the Fighting Spirit Championship. So with that, we have a new Fighting Spirit champion in Mika Iwata. And I didn't see anything about the gimmick change. Penalized for a poor gimmick. I didn't see anything about that because we haven't used Nodoka yet, right? It's recap gimmick changes. Oh, handle changes. There we go. That's what we needed. Yeah, so we've got her new gimmick. It was a success. All right. So, very good rating, which is better than what she's been getting. Likely rise to time. Fans get used to the new gimmick. Losses don't damage popularity as much as usual. Gives a small boost to her charisma during matches and angles. There you go. Probably could have done the gimmick change earlier. It probably would have helped, but still a 72. It's a strong, very strong angle there. Nodoka Tenma accepts the defeat. She shakes Mika Iwata's hand, hands her the title, and Mika Iwata celebrates with the title as Tenma heads to the back. We prepare ourselves, get into the semi-main event. The Twin Spirit titles are on the line. Marikoto defending against the JD Lionesses. Good heat and decent wrestling between the four of them. It goes 14 and a half minutes, and eventually Hanan Judo throws Maria Takeda to get the pin, and the JD Lionesses are the new IdolPro Twin Spirit champions. Creative finish was a success. Everyone did quite well as far as performances are concerned. I think one more point and Maria would have been officially carrying the whole match. But all right, so we're doing quite well here. 63. It's a strong performance. I do like the bonus for being motivated by the inspirational speech. That's very helpful with that as well. So very strong match. And with that, Marikoto shake hands with Asahi and Hanan. The titles are handed over, and Asahi and Hanan celebrate as the new Twin Spirit champions. And with that, we get to the main event of the first Korakuen Hall show. The main event of Shining Stage 3rd Live. Big match intros for the Royal Spirit champion Momo Watanabe. And the challenger, the Golden Spirit Grand Prix winner, Jungle Kiona, as we have our title match up now. Superb wrestling and good heat. Crowd is very hot for it. 21 and a half minutes. Momo, who's been holding the title for over 400 days. She's been holding it since January of last year. And with one diving splash in Korakuen Hall, Jungle Kiona pins Momo Watanabe and is the new IdolPro Royal Spirit Champion. God, can you imagine if they actually clicked and didn't make for an awkward bout? 73 is already one of our top matches. Can you imagine if they actually clicked? But both of them did fantastic. And a fantastic main event for both of them. And a new champion to boot. Kiona with the belt ends the show celebrating her win. Thanks the crowd. And with that, we finish Shining Stage, third live. 39 regions are in our popularity increase, 1,463. Production quality, not great, but I still consider it a highly successful show. All right, so the people who just shone in these matches, Natsu Sumire, Himika, who shone in her match, and then you know what, Jungle Kiona, I think. Yeah, I think Kiona should be praised for her performance as well, because she did a 71. And, I mean, I've recently... Well, I mean, Miko Wada should also get praised too, but there's only so many people. So, praised for their performance, and I'm going to tell Jungle Kiona she is awesome. Seemed pleased, and was very happy. And with that, we only lost $4,200, all said and told, and we still walk away with a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little. We do gain a full point in one area, but we did gain in a whole lot of other places. So pretty happy with how that all turned out. Ooh. Nearly 1 a.m., nearly a 3 hour. I think by the end, it's going to be pretty much hit 3 hours because we still got a couple days to sim through before we get to June. Hopefully nothing major happens. Korakuen Hall drew 1,463 fans. The feedback was that the show was awesome. Show rating of 64, by the way. Technically the worst show of the night, but I mean, when the other three shows are, you know, a CMLL show, what seems to be a pretty good CMLL show, Best of the Super Juniors, and then somehow an episode of Monday Night Raw that I guess did quite well. Drew McIntyre and Cameron Grimes defeating CM Punk and Bray Wyatt in the main event. Quite a killer's row of quite a main event there for Raw. I'm sorry, did that say Kenny Omega? Oh yeah, did Kenny Omega sign? Kenny Omega defeating Cesaro. 89, by the way, for that segment. I think that that did get just barely beat out by the main event, but they're just giving away Omega versus Cesaro. Well, yeah, Dynamite probably does that too, but just giving that away on Raw. Koki has changed her body type from toned to ripped. Oh boy. Ramen, are you still here? Rina Yamashita changed her style to a regular wrestler. Oh my God, Rina Yamashita is leaving Deathmatch Wrestling behind. Sina Shiori and Tai Hanma are both out. Miyamoto, Lady C is a star in the making. She can make us some serious money in the future. Okay. Is that something? Oh yeah, easily marketable and modeling experience. All right. Good to know. Camille, Abaddon has charisma. She has a lot of upside. See, I kind of just wrote her off. 3,900 people watched it live all over the world. 3,900 viewers. Not a tremendous showing of popularity there, but yeah, a lot of this was written off so that Abaddon would get released and Yuna would get released. So I at least gave him a good go home, a good go home effort there. At least got them paid and got them in front of Korakuen Hall for that show. But yeah, that will be there. That'll be it for that. Mia Yim maternity leave. Kenny Omega had an argument with Shane McMahon. Brent Tate going from tone to muscular. Rhett Titus going from tone to muscular. Interesting. Oh, we've lost so much money. All right. Last day of the month. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. There's a lot. Hiroshi Tanahashi out of New Japan. He's still gone. Jim Cornette with ROH. I love how they still use that photo. There's no reason to use that photo, but they still use it. CMLL rejection for Euphoria. CMLL rejection for Hechicero. Main event. Borash to re-sign with WWE. Jonathan Coachman gone. Dan Engler out. Red Shoes. New Japan getting rid of Red Shoes. He's not just straight up leaving the whole business. What the fuck? It's only $200 per show too. I gotta talk to him. Be like, hey, I might utilize him in both of my promotions. Honestly, with you could probably utilize someone like Red Shoes. Expires in 30 days. Be able to talk to him. Be like, hey, $200 a show. Oh yeah, we're gonna shortlist the fuck out of him. I'm going to move over to Vertigo so we could shortlist him as well. I think we could use a solid referee. I think there was another one I wanted to do. Tanahashi. Shortlist Tanahashi. Let's see. WWE rejection. Titus O'Neil. Let's see. No. Lance Archer. Utilize Lance Archer. He is 46 and seems to be a little bit broken down. Not too much. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Ilya Dragunov. Only wrestling WXW in progress. Oh, God. He's now $1,100 per show. WWE rejection. Tamina. I don't think I'm going to grab Tamina. Or Rick Knox. Miho Abe. Oh, no. 190 a show. Bring her over to America. Kyle Fletcher and Omari. Contract extension rumors. 01 on YouTube. I think everybody else, let's see here. I don't see anything else. So a lot of contract offers coming in here. Who are you? Catalina? Jesse. Oh, okay. I vaguely know of her. I really didn't think they were going to keep all these people. I got to say, I figured there was going to be some people that even with the developmental stuff, there weren't going to. I mean, I could imagine them keeping Rhea Ripley, but yeah, once you start getting down a little bit further, you think they would have called some of the people, but I guess not. What do we got here? Deals expiring. Yeah, I think we can change up our deals with we can change up our deals with we can keep our deals with the broadcasters for events, but I think once we get to the end of June, we'll be ending our deals for our TV show. So that when July 1st rolls around, we can start running our events as just weekly events. Should be helpful. Boy, am I glad I made sure to start at like 10. I wanted to start at like 9:30, but didn't quite get there. Still had to eat my dinner and such, so. But we made it. We made it to the end of May. Shingo Takagi is a chief enforcer. Yuji Nagati, a locker room leader. Dynamite some stuff. Mika Ozaki, new regular wrestler style. Okay. More beef with Joey Janela. It's probably a work. Moka Miyamoto and Arisu Endo have been bonding. Mansoor did make sure. Yeah, Sarov and EJ Naduka. Mansoor made sure to stay there. Sumi Sakai retiring. Thunder Rosa injured. Cracked ribs. Other than that, looks like, oh no, Yuka Sakazaki immediately signs with AEW and she's already causing problems with Private Party of all people. New Stardom locker room leader of Bull Nakano. Locker room tensions in NWA. Things are going good here. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the fact that our backstage seems to be pretty good. Where do I look for that? I know our backstage is somewhere. There it is. Yeah, locker room morale, very good. Things have been going quite well. Except for Miyako Matsumoto's strong dislike of Lady C. And the backstage rules, which are literally no drugs, no smoking. That's all I care about. All right. So there we go. Call it a save. End of the month. We are good. We lost $6,400 here. I don't think that's going to happen next month. Vertigo, I don't really want to look. We lost $4,600, so not the worst in the world. But still, we'll have to be a little bit more careful with our money. Oh no, Shinsuke Nakamura's got big morale issues. Well, I don't know. Stop being a druggie. So thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate you guys watching. Anyone who watches this on YouTube, I thank you for watching as well. I have a little bit to clean up, I think, outside of Oh yeah, I forgot. They'll let me know when the title hasn't been defended in over a month. We'll have to do something about that. But yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Appreciate it as well. And so I will see you guys next time.